Hello everyone, this is Sakshi and I welcome you all to my EduTech platform, Way to Learn. So today I'm going to solve some of the problems from Standard 10. Again, it's from chapter Electricity. So today's topic is Ohm's Law. So before that, I discussed about the electric current and the potential difference. That is electric current I and the potential difference V. So next what? So, the relation between the electric current and the potential difference is given by Ohm's law. So, it says that V is directly proportional to I, that is, potential difference is directly proportional to current. So, if you plot a graph between potential difference versus current, you get a linear graph, which says that as V increases, I will also increase. So, as potential difference increases, current will also increase. So, in order to remove this proportionality constant, we are taking equating it to a constant. So, V by I will be equal to constant, and that constant is given as R. So, I can also write V is equal to IR. So now this R is the proportionality constant and it is called as the resistance. And this resistance is the property of a conductor to resist the flow of charges. So every conductor has this property. So every material has this property called resistance, which resists the flow of charges. So you can see that for every material you will have a different electric current produced. This is because of the resistance. So, according to Ohm's law, we can also write R is equal to V by I, and the SI unit of resistance R is Ohm. And also, we can write as 1 Ohm is equal to 1 volt by 1 ampere. 1 volt is for the potential difference, and 1 ampere is for the current A. So, this is resistance. So, assume that this is a conductor or a material, and the property of resistance is shown here in the black dots, the gray dots, and the flow of charges are showed by the blue color dots. So these resistance resist the flow of charges. So they try to block the flow of charges. So if okay, now here if you see the flow of charges is like okay, there is a flow in the charge, right? So such kind of uh, material is called as good conductor, which has less resistance. So here the resistance is less and hence the material is called as good conductor. If here the resistance is more, like if the resistance is high, then there will be very less amount of flow of charges. So that kind of material is called as poor conductor. So one is the good conductor and other is the poor conductor. And now when the resistance is very high, then it will probably block the flow of charges and no electric current will flow from that material. So such kind of material is called as an insulator. So one is good conductor, poor conductor and an insulator. So next let us go. According to Ohm's law we know that I is also proportional to I by 1 by R. So I is, that is current, is inversely proportional to the resistance, which says that as R increases I will decrease, or if R decrease I will increase, current will increase. So using this resistance I can modify my current. So if I need to increase or decrease my current in a circuit, I can modify it using the resistance. So the component that is used to regulate the current is called as variable resistor or a rheostat. So in my first video, I told you the instrument used to measure current is ammeter, and in my second video, I told you that the instrument used to measure the potential difference is voltmeter, and now here the component, that is the resistor, which helps us to regulate the current, is rheostat. Okay, so let us go to a problem. So it has two sets. One says that how much current will an electric bulb draw from 220 volt source if the resistance of the bulb filament is 1200 ohms. And similarly here the next question says that how much current will an electric heater coil will draw with the same voltage source, but the the resistance of heater coil is 100 ohms. So if you see, there are two different resistance. So I already told that every material has different resistance, right? So the bulb filament has a different resistance, and the heater coil filament is also has different resistance. So now let us go to the solution. So here we have the voltage source and resistance is 1200, and we have to find the current drawn. So I can write I is equal to V by R, and on substituting and calculating, I get current I to be 0.18 amperes. Similarly, for the second question, we have the same voltage source, but the resistance here is 100 ohms, and the current is 220, that is V by R, which is 220 by 100, and on calculating I get current to be 2.2 amperes. So if you see, we have the same voltage source but for two different materials, right? So I'm giving the same voltage source for two different materials, and the current drawn is different for each material. So this is why our meter increases whenever we use a material which has very less resistance. So, okay. So let us go to our next problem, which says that when a 12-volt battery is connected across an unknown resistor, there is a current of 2.5 milliampere in the circuit. Find the value of the resistance of the resistor. So we have given our voltage source and also the current produced. So we have to find the resistance. So it's direct question, which has V is equal to 12 volt, and current I is given as 2.5 milliampere. So milli here is represented as 10 power minus 3. So always remember, milli here is represented as 10 power minus 3. So I just substituted current as 2.5 into 10 power minus 3 amperes. So now I'm going to substitute in my formula, which is R is equal to V by I. So on substituting and simplifying, I get 4.8 into 10 power 3 ohms. So then I can write my resistance R as 4800 ohms. So this 4.8 into 10 power 3 says 4.8 into 1000. So which is 4800 ohms. I hope this is a very easy problem and you can understand this. Okay, so let us go to a third problem, which says that the potential difference between the terminals of an electric heater is 60 volt. So the potential difference is given, and it draws a current of 4 ampere. Okay, and it also draws the current. We have the current and we have the potential difference. But here you can see that there is no resistance given. In next, what current will the heater draw if the potential difference is increased to 120 volts? So now you have to find if volt is increased to 120, that is a potential difference is increased to 120 volts, what will be the current drawn? So we will solve it step by step. So we have the potential difference, which was first 60 volt, and the current drawn was 4 amperes. We don't have resistance, so we are going to find the resistance, which is V by I. So on finding the resistance, I get 15 ohms. My resistance now is 15 ohms. Now I have resistance. For my next question, I have resistance for that particular circuit. And then my voltage is increased as 120 volts. So resistance, okay, we do not touch the resistance. The resistance remains the same. Only the voltage is increased to 120 volts. So now we have to find, during the same resistance and the potential and the different potential difference, what is our current. So now we have a potential difference V as 120 volts and R to be 15 ohms. And then current is, and we have to find the current, right? So current will be I is equal to V by R. So on substituting, I get current to be 8 amperes. Now this is some long answer, right? Let us go for a trick. In my first half of the video, I told that V is proportional to I. What does it mean? I told in the graph that as V increases, I will also increase. So when V was 60 volts, current was 4 ampere. Now when V is 120 volts, so what happened to the potential difference? It has doubled, right? Then what will happen to our current? It will also double, because that is what Ohm's law says. Ohm's law says that V is directly proportional to I. That is, as V increases, I will also increase. So as V is doubled over here, then current will directly get doubled. So my current will be 8 amperes. So this is just for you to remember for your competitive exams. So, and this is a detailed step, and this solution is somewhat detailed step for your this question. So I hope this helps you. So thank you. Like my videos, share my videos, subscribe my channel, and also hit the bell. And stay tuned for my more videos on standard 9, 10, 11, and 12, and also for CSI Net Physics and GATE exams. So thank you. See you tomorrow.